What's up, CFO gang? It's your boy Jay Tuck. Real Cowboys fans stand up, and yo, happy Friday, everyone. Now, I wasn't planning on dropping this kind of content today, but sometimes things kind of happen. I'm trying to get on to the draft. I'm trying to get to the draft and give y'all more prospects, because I know y'all want to see, what we have in store when it comes to this year's draft class. But there's been a hot topic button, and I have to address it. Now, before we start, I'll say this. Okoye Media, that's my brother. That's my bro. Salute to Okoye, man. Does an incredible job. Definitely check out his channel. Right? He's been on my channel before and vice versa. He's had some things to kind of say about this situation, but also Jesse Holley. My guy Jesse Holley does a phenomenal job for DallasCowboys.com. He's Mr. Fourth and Long Bell on the show with Michael Irvin. He also has his own channel doing an incredible job there, doing a lot of interviews. These are my brothers. But if you have siblings, like I have siblings, to my brother Cody, right? Sometimes it's okay to say, bro, you tripping. Bro, you're big tripping. And I feel like right now, specifically with my guy Jesse Holley, it's okay for me to say I love you, bro, even though you don't wear jean shorts. You are big tripping. And I wanted to kind of dive into this interview that he had on Ray Ray's podcast. Salute to their podcast. They got my girl Raya on there. My guy Law Nation's on there as well. So definitely give their channel a check out. I'll post a link below. But let's go ahead and get into this interview about Micah Parsons being selfish. And we're going to do this live reaction. I never did this before. I always kind of watch these on YouTube. Like, I want to kind of do it. Well, let's just do it. Let's have some fun. It's Friday. You ain't got no job. You ain't got nothing to do. So let's see what Jesse Holley had to say about Micah Parsons.
Biggest gripe at Micah Parsons is Micah Parsons to me.
Right.
This is just Jesse Holley.
Just to Jesse Holley. So it's just Jesse Holley's opinion, which he's entitled to. We all are.
Is probably the most selfish player on this football team.
And this is the edited version. This is my guy, Law. So Law's doing, y'all know Law. Law's doing all the editing and the graphics and stuff. Salute to my guy, Law, right? But here's where I did the same face that Simon's doing. The most selfish person on the team. Yikes. And here's what I don't like about that comment. Jesse, my brother, like I said, love you, my dog. Let's take this walk and talk with me real quick. What you're doing right now, Jesse, you're doing all the dirty work for the Joneses. You have just set the tone for Micah Parsons throughout his negotiations, because we all know Micah Parsons wants to be one of the highest paid defensive players in the league. But if he doesn't take that, right, or if he wants to hold out, or he voices his opinion about his quality and his values at Dallas Cowboys, what is every Cowboys fan gonna say? Micah's selfish. See, I saw the interview with Jesse Holley. Micah's selfish. You just did the job for the Joneses, bro. Congratulations. They're probably like, Jerry Jones probably going, you know what? Good looking. You know what I'm saying? You just did that for the Joneses. So when you say the most selfish, I would hesitate with that.
One of the reasons why Micah Parsons does not want to play linebacker is too much of a responsibility.
I do agree. Playing linebacker, there is a lot of responsibility. Now, what needs to be clarified? Playing middle linebacker, there's a lot of responsibility. Playing outside linebacker is more read and react. You can kind of use your God-given ability. But I agree with middle linebacker, there is a lot of responsibility that comes with that position. But I don't think the Dallas Cowboys ever drafted Micah Parsons in mind of him being a middle linebacker. If you go back to the draft content, I said he's going to have to grow into that position. He wasn't going to be a green dot guy. We had LVE. LVE goes down with the injury. We also have Damone Clark. So I think that if Micah is ever going to play linebacker, the idea is for him to be an outside linebacker. I think that's where he's best. He would definitely have to do a lot of work to become a middle linebacker. So I kind of agree slightly with that, but I just want to detail that position. Middle linebacker, yes. Outside linebacker, not really, because hell, we turned Marquise Bell into an outside linebacker. You've seen Keanu O'Neal. We've been tossing people at outside linebacker. It's really not that much to adjust, especially for Micah Parsons, who played the position at Penn State, which is linebacker U.
Oh wow,
Definitely more responsibility for sure.
I got to study harder. I got to now look at keys and formations, all that. See when Micah get lined up, and just go get the quarterback. And I'm not calling him a dumb player. I'm not calling him dumb at all.
True.
There's no thinking in that. That's pure natural instincts.
I agree.
I
agree. Outside, rushing the passer, that just takes natural instincts. But I feel like there is some reading and reacting that Micah does, because he just doesn't line up as an edge rusher. He lines up in the A gap, B gap, like he moves all over the field, which is something that we've been very vocal about on this channel and other channels as well.
On the game when Micah had to drop back in coverage, fish out of water. He didn't know.
Rookie season, fish out of water. Not so much this year. There's been some situations where Micah dropped back in coverage, did perfectly fine, and was able to make game-saving plays, especially in the red zone. Now, is that where you want Micah? Absolutely not. If I'm an offensive coordinator, I want Micah dropping back in coverage, covering tight ends and away from my quarterback. Yeah, 1,000%.
Where to turn, he didn't know where to look, right? And even when Micah plays off the ball, he ain't reading nothing. He's just going. Yeah. He's just going. And so linebacker requires you to be able to adjust, be able to you got to really hone in and focus. Micah, and maybe it's just the youth in him, Micah doesn't want to study.
Whoa, Jesse, spicy Jesse. Micah doesn't want to study. I think that Micah spends a lot of time working on his craft. And I've even been very vocal about this on Twitter. Like, I seen Micah Parsons at an all-white party with Kim K and Rick Rubin and Des Bryant, and the next day he was with Andrew Whitworth in the lab back to work. You know what I'm saying? I saw him all offseason putting in work. Salute to my guy Sean Merriman, who's like a mentor to Micah Parsons. Like, Micah Parsons is always talking to older players, getting insight. There's also been conversations about he sits with the offensive line and wants to know, like, what are you doing to stop him? Like, he's always being inquisitive. So I don't think that Micah is the type of player who isn't working on his game. Honestly, besides the podcast, I never see Micah just really just sitting down doing nothing. He's always everywhere, right? But I would say that Micah Parsons does study, and Dan Quinn has also mentioned he's kind of the first in, last out guy. Now, maybe Jesse is seeing something new, but from the conversations from the people I talk to, like, Micah is always working on his craft. But
Micah doesn't want to focus in, and I truly believe Micah wants to be great for Micah.
I think so. I think Micah's a true competitor, y'all. We all know Micah doesn't like losing. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like he is chasing greatness for the Dallas Cowboys. Now, of course, you want to be able to do your part, but I don't think that Micah is this selfish TO caliber player. It's all about him or nothing, because here's the reason why I say that. Y'all remember the Buffalo Bills when we got ran down our throat, right? All of us, Okoye, me, Boss, West Coast, you know, everybody, Law, was all saying, move Micah to linebacker, move him off the edge a little bit more, move him around a little bit more, right? And Micah came out and did the whole PR thing, saying, hey, you know, we're going to focus on, you know, Damone Clark and let them get in the rhythm, yada, yada, right? The very next game against the Dolphins, where did Micah play? He played a lot more linebacker. So if Micah was this selfish, hell no, Zach Martin, I'm not doing it type of player, he wouldn't have moved in the Dolphins game. He would have stayed right there off the edge, but he did that on Christmas Day. So I slightly agree with you there.
And if the team just so happens to profit from his greatness, then cool. But I'm not willing to have my greatness sacrificed for y'all.
Yeah. Do you think he'll be better in that position, like in linebacker, just in reading?
No,
or do you really think? Or do you think he'll really be the most effective, or do you think he can like grow into that and actually become that and be more effective?
When I watch Fred Warner, right?
So I think this is the biggest problem, Cowboys Nation. Right now, we got mollywhopped by the Green Bay Packers. We're watching the San Francisco 49ers go, you know, into the NFC Championship, possible the Super Bowl. We're watching the Baltimore Ravens. We are wanting a linebacker, which I definitely understand. Linebackers matter. I've been telling you all that, right? But now we're just trying to find something to get what they got, right? And we're thinking that we have Micah Parsons.
I'll watch Fred Warner,
and we can just simply plug them in. Micah Parsons and Fred Warner are completely two different players. I
see a dude who is so locked in. Yeah. Who's, I mean, knowledge-wise is so.
And that is a reason why. It's because Fred Warner, he plays middle linebacker. He is the quarterback of the defense, right? So he has a different responsibility than an edge rusher. You know what I'm saying? That's like saying Dak Prescott is more locked in than Tony Pollard. They have different responsibilities, right? So I feel like if Micah Parsons, if we would have kept him there at day one, he would have definitely turned into what we're seeing with Fred Warner and Patrick Green and Rogue. Like, he would have turned into that. The Cowboys, y'all, changed his position. The Cowboys said, you know what? We are going to take you from linebacker and put you off the edge because DeMarcus Lawrence got hurt. Micah went out there and thrived, and he's been thriving ever since. So he didn't have to learn to see the game from a Fred Warner's view, like a POV. And people have to understand, at BYU, Fred Warner was a hybrid safety. He was a safety that was converted to outside linebacker and happened to turn into a middle linebacker at the NFL level. So he adapted to his environment and his position. He didn't come into the league as just this middle linebacker. Oh, no. He was a safety convert. That's why he slid to the 3rd round, because he really didn't have a position and people didn't know if he's going to be a safety, is he going to be a linebacker, what is he really going to be? And now he's kind of grown into what we see today.
So locked in. If you just did sheer athleticism for athleticism,
right,
he don't stand close to Micah. He ain't strong as Micah. He ain't fast as Micah. He don't jump higher.
Now remember, Micah was a running back going to Penn State, so Micah's a dynamic player. And I've said this numerous times on this channel. If you wanted Micah Parsons to play safety, he'd probably be one of the best safeties in the league, just like that, because he's just that damn talented.
And he don't lift nothing.
Right.
But this up here, he laps Micah. And if Micah ever was to get into the Ed Reed, Troy Polamalu school of film watching,
right,
Ray Lewis school of film watching, with Fred Warner school of film watching, right, he could play anywhere.
I agree. But once again, the position doesn't require that. I can see if Micah was our middle linebacker and he wasn't studying, he wasn't watching film, like this should be Damone Clark's conversation. Like, you need to really be studying. Micah is the edge rusher as of right now, and that's due to Dan Quinn and where they have placed him in his career. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Like, it's 2 different focuses. You don't need to be diving in, watching film, like being orchestrating of the defense when you're playing the edge rusher, right? I'm sure that DeMarcus Lawrence locks in and watch film, but he's probably not studying the same things that LVE is studying. Y'all see what I'm saying?
The problem is he doesn't want to, because he said, well, I've already had success doing this, and I'm about to get the biggest bag in NFL history doing simply this.
Yeah, exactly. And whose fault is that? You know what I'm saying? Whose fault is that? Let's keep it a buck, y'all. Whose fault is it that Micah Parsons is now an edge rusher and now possibly gonna get one of the biggest bags as an edge rusher? It's the Cowboys' fault. Y'all put him there. You drafted him because Brian Broaddus had said on the draft show last year, right? Even the scouts for the Cowboys, and I don't understand this because it was all over the film, right? Even the scouts did not see Micah Parsons as a pass rusher, okay? DeMarcus Lawrence goes down versus Tampa. We had the Chargers coming up. We didn't know what the hell to do. Dan Quinn says, I don't know, let's just try this and put you there. They put him there, and he's been causing chaos ever since. So now, since the contract season, you want Micah to go back and just play linebacker that he hasn't played in the 4 years since he's been with the Cowboys. Now, maybe he would do that, but let's keep it a buck, y'all. Do y'all think that if Micah went back next year and played middle linebacker, that the Cowboys would still pay him as the best defensive player in the NFL? Absolutely not. You see how they do Dak Prescott. We see how they do so many players when it comes to contract negotiation time. They don't want to slap that middle linebacker price on them. So no, sir. No. You got to pay me what I've done for the past 3 years, which has been one of the best edge rushers in the NFL, right? Defensive player of the year, all pro. You got to pay me for that. You can't just move me back to linebacker contract time and slap that price tag on me. Oh no, it doesn't work like that way. And I know Dave Majetta is way smarter than that. He's not going to let that happen to his client.
Yes. One of the reasons why he's always going to finish second and third to those other guys in Defensive Player of the Year award, because he don't want to play in the run game. He don't want to play in the run game.
Defensive Player of the Year award is really just a sack award, if we're being honest. Let's keep it a buck, right? Because Deron Bland should be the Defensive Player of the Year, but they're going to give it to whoever is pretty much leading in sacks for the most part.
And the Myles Garretts and the TJ Watts and the Nick Bosas and the Max Crosbys, they are down in.
And when you look at the numbers in the charts compared to all those players, Micah Parsons is supremely higher than a lot of them in a lot of different categories. It's all on Twitter. I'll post it on my Twitter as well.
Down out players. They play the run, they play the pass, they understand what they're doing. I think that is, for me, that is the biggest part of Micah Parsons' game. That, and again, it could come to a level of maturity.
Yeah.
Right?
What I was going to ask you, did those other players like grow more into that, or were they off the bat?
That's who they were. Like Fred Warner, that's who he is.
Fred Warner, once again, was a safety converted to outside linebacker. And then at BYU, after he was drafted, he turned into like a middle linebacker. So
those guys,
he didn't come into the league as a middle linebacker. He had to grow.
Like
into that
Ed
position.
Reed, that's who he was. Ray Lewis,
Ed Reed was that guy, but he played the same position he played in college. And Ray Lewis is Ray Lewis.
Those guys understood that in order for me to be great, I had to have the most information that I possibly could. But Micah is one. He's the OG.
Okay.
He don't got no OG. He's the OG. Yeah. He dictates what happens around here. I've questioned it many times. When I watch the Niners play defense, I see a defense that Fred Warner is taking these guys and say, yo, I know the day's over. We're going to stay 45 minutes.
That's not Micah yet. Micah's not a made man yet. Micah ain't even got his second contract. You know what I'm saying? Like Micah is one of the faces, but he's not the leader. The leader's on the team. That's DeMarcus Lawrence. Tank Lawrence is the guy, when he talks, everyone listens, right? You also have like J-Ron Curse, like those guys, the veteran guys, the Stephon Gilmore's, like they're the leaders of the defense. Micah's just the young gun. Like sometimes you got to earn your weight around here. You can't just come in as a rookie saying I'm the sack king and throw your weight around. Same thing with Trayvon Diggs. Like Trayvon Diggs isn't that guy as of right now. You know what I'm saying? You got to earn your keep. So Micah's not the OG as of yet.
Yeah. I don't believe Micah's doing that. I don't believe he's the OG that's saying, Clark, so-and-so. So, hey, defense, we going in here after practice is over and we gonna put another hour in. Matter of fact, y'all go home, take a shower, kiss y'all wives, y'all babies, y'all girls, y'all whatever. Meet me at my crib at 8 o'clock. I'm gonna have the chef come by every, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I'm gonna have the chef come by. Mom's gonna cook up something. We're gonna come over there and we're gonna bust this film down.
Well, Micah does do that. If you remember, if you go back, there's like a Pizza Hut promo. He had like DeMarcus Lawrence over his house. Micah has publicly invited players over his house all the time. I think even on Hard Knocks, he had players over. His mom cooked dinner. He even mentioned on a video that I did of Damone Clark how him and Damone Clark has bowling nights and they always compete versus bowling. So they do some of those activities. Now, maybe is it publicized or is it still happen? I don't know. Did it happen this year? I don't know. But there's been numerous cases where Micah Parsons has been cooking for their team. He's been inviting players over to come eat at his house. So I don't know.
Yeah.
He ain't doing that.
Yeah.
It's like, I'll see y'all on Sunday. I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do. Now, when I do what I'm supposed to do, y'all going to eat off me because they're going to double, triple team me, so y'all going to eat. But all the other stuff, I don't want to sack. That's why he had to, like, when he went and had to play linebacker, he got on his podcast. He told anybody and everybody, I could just be more effective anywhere. I don't need to be at linebacker, When he got upset earlier in the season, why? They had him doing these tackle in stunts, and he was the guy that he was stunting to get the other guy open. Oh, he ain't like that.
He did. He actually did like that. I posted that clip on Twitter, JTuck151, where he ate up the stunt versus the Giants, and Osa came and got a sack, and he even commented on Twitter. It was like, well, thank you, Osa. You know what I'm saying? Because, I think Baldy broke down that same play about all the different things that Micah Parsons does that goes unnoticed. So, I don't think that he was upset that he ate up the blocks and Osa got the sack versus him. Now, of course, he's competitive. He wants to get the sack too, but I don't think he went over and complained on the sideline and said, I'm not doing that no more. Don't ask me to do that no more. I don't think that's the case.
No. I'm not getting him open. Stunt to get me open. That's the biggest thing. And I'll say the last thing is, and you hit on it, it's a culture that is built in Dallas, right? The Hollywood culture.
Yeah. It's Hollywood.
And that's never going to change. I don't care what coach you bring in. You can bring in Bill Belichick.
So, yeah, I agree with that. I 1,000% agree with that. Now, do I think Micah is selfish? Absolutely not. Do I think he has some divaness in him? Yeah, absolutely. But a lot of Cowboys players do, right? So, like I said, y'all, overall, Jesse Holley's my guy, but I disagree with a lot of things that you said. And the reason why I wasn't going to speak on this video, but a lot of people was just asking me, messaging me, and asking, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to make a video and talk about it. Like I said, at the end of the day, Cowboys Nation, we got punched in the mouth. We got embarrassed, right? It was bad. We lost to the Packers. But we have to let it go and get back to football. And sitting here tossing all these different things and creating a circus and a fire is not going to do this team any good. I really just hope everyone kind of just focus on what can we do to improve, man. But it's your boy J Tuck. Comment, like, subscribe. Follow me on all social media platforms at JTuck151. Turn on that notification bell so you do not miss out. We got draft. This is probably my last little Twitter stuff, TMZ stuff that I'm talking about. I'm getting back to work. I got a lot more football scouting to do, especially when it comes to this draft. And I also got to get ready for the Super Bowl in Vegas, which you definitely don't want to miss out, man. So I want everyone to stay safe, stay blessed, stay encouraged. And Cowboys Nation, it's going to be a long damn off season.